Okay, so we're back. So Virtus.Pro versus Absolute Legends. This is an AP remake because Mania screwed up his hotkeys with Chen, and they were nice enough to remake it for him. But this is Game 1, the Best of 3 series. My name is Triumph-Man. I'm looking forward to this match. Virtus.Pro, of course, one of the new kids on the scene. They are a relatively new team. I do like this Virtus.Pro lineup a lot more than the previous one. Also, Absolute Legends, again, relatively new as well. These teams have clashed once before, I believe, in Star Ladder, and I'm pretty sure it was Virtus.Pro came out on top, although they were considered the underdogs by the community. As it is, though, I've got to wait another 30 or so seconds before we get into this match. I'm just looking at these lineups. To be honest, I do prefer VP's lineup, but at the same time, I think AL have a decent set of counters to it, particularly just the amount of push that they have is really strong, and also the fact that I think a lot of people still underestimate exactly how painful an early maxed out March of Machines is.
Prepare for battle.
And combined with the March of Machines as well, March of Machines combined with Venomancer's DOTs is going to help them deal with the TA's early game quite a bit. And also, this lineup can be extremely aggressive. When you combine that with Track, like they can force some aggressive, messy fights by towers, push down some early towers, get some messy Track fights out, trade for kills, and still come out way ahead. So I really appreciate that from AL's lineup. But at the same time, I really do like the amount of teamfight potential that Virtus.Pro have. Of course, they've got Ravage there, as well as, of course, the Brewmaster. All of his really powerful brawling skills in the form of his ultimate. Primal Split is really, really good. Both teams are doing a 5-man push through, or rather a 5-man rush through their own jungles. Sweeping in there. This is mostly just a safety and numbers thing. As also at Virtus.Pro, they were thinking about seeing if they could start a fight. But at the same time, it looks like they decided not to, and we're just looking to see where they put their wards. I thought they might actually stick a ward around about here just to get a lane ward down, but they decided, you know what, not worth it. Virtus.Pro still sticking together. What is this? They are really spoiling for a fight here. Bounty Hunter does have Windwalk leveled up at level 1, which is pretty natural, but at the same time it's not going to save him because I'm pretty sure I saw counter wards here somewhere. There they are. Windrunner has them now. And there we go. Actually, Tidehunter, alright, we were talking about, I was curious as to why he picked up the Stout Shield level 1, and now this makes more sense, because I assumed he was going to be the support hero in the tri-lane. In this case, he's playing as a solo hero, so now this shield plus Kraken Shell makes a lot more sense, because he's expecting to get harassed. Whereas if he was a support hero in this lineup here, he knows he's up against the Bounty Hunter, it would not have been of much value at all. In this case, Windrunner is being played as a support. Now, this is definitely doable. We've seen the Chinese teams were some of the first to really start using this in Dota 2. In fact, they've really been the only team I've seen spam it quite a bit, or even use it even a little bit, actually. It's even for them, it's not that particularly common. But that's why this one caught me a little bit off guard. But Windrunner will be the support hero in this case, and Tidehunter will be dueling with Tinker. Now, this is going to help him, especially once he gets the Kraken Shell. Obviously, right now, he's still copying a fair bit of damage. The Kraken Shell is going to help him deal with the harass just a little bit. Tinker, though, with the level 1 laser, going to use that just to harass him back. The pure damage is actually quite painful. And it will be a two dual lanes in the mid, clashing it out. And this is probably quite necessary just because Templar Assassin is quite vulnerable to Venomancer. And when you throw in a Chaos Knight in there as well, she's going to struggle, especially the first few levels, to hold onto this lane, even just to control it in CS without being driven back constantly by the DOTs from Venomancer, as well as just a stun and the CC potential from these two heroes. Of course, Venomancer extremely painful. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we'll see how this one turns out, but 8-2 right now for the Brewmaster. Meanwhile, Bounty Hunter 4-0. He was getting chased around a little bit by the Windrunner, who's now mostly transitioned to just pulling. He's going to try and deny that experience there, but at the same time, she's also just going to try and essentially perform a jump. She's essentially going to try and keep herself out of the lane as much as possible, just to leech money and experience from the jungle, and allow Brewmaster to level up and get as much money as quickly as possible. Now, Chen is looking for a bit of a gank here, but he's unlikely to find one. Templar Assassin is very wary of this and is hanging all the way back. Mania deciding, you know what, I'm not even going to bother picking up that invisibility rune, and just destroys it. Interesting decision, as NS also busy checking the top rune. TA went bottom to look for a rune as well, found nothing, headed back to mid. I see Bounty Hunter caught, now getting a strong amount of harass there. Windrunner just trying to deny any CS that she possibly can, managing to snake off the range creep just there. And Tidehunter in this bottom lane, 4-0 up against Tinker, who's sitting on 9-4 as we get the first blood there. Chen actually managed to get the kill in mid against Templar Assassin. He actually managed to get back in, surprisingly get back in there, get the kill, although it looks like it was probably set up there by the Chaos Knight. He's managed to burn a lot of mana. Teleport coming back in. Unfortunately, for all the help that NS can provide, 3v2 is still not a good lineup, especially when you've got that amount of CC there. So yet another pull being performed there by KSI. Actually unsuccessful. The creep finding the enemy creep in the lane there. Actually, that wasn't a pull. That was actually a stack. Never mind. My mistake. See early boots there for the Brewmaster as well. So Bounty Hunter. Oh, actually, no. Has Brewmaster got his boots yet? Yes, he does. Both heroes there picking up their early boots. And there we go. Chen being extremely painful. This is really going to burn on Templar Assassin's early farm. She's already been ganked once, and now she has a Wildkin Tornado being used to chase her around. Not only we've seen this actually when you're lacking something like a Venomancer or even an Iron Shells, those sorts of small damage sources. One of the ways you can control Templar Assassin is just to hit her with those Wildkin Tornadoes. Looks like they're going to try and run down Chen. Can't quite get the block in there. Tidehunter was actually looking to get a block in. And he's actually taking a lot of damage. The rockets will clean him up. Unfortunately, just gets too close. This looks like it's going to be a laser rockets Tinker. I was really hoping to see the Martian Machines, but at the same time, Tinker says, you know what, let's just get laser and rockets because they just really, really hurt. As you saw exactly how much damage that laser did, the pure damage is just ridiculous, and they will pick off Crystal Maiden as well. Virtus.Pro not off to a good start at all. Actually, Crystal Maiden going to try and suicide. Not going to happen. Got very close to the dragon, turned around for it, but didn't quite get there. Templar Assassin sees those coming in and says, you know, I don't want to get anywhere near it, although there goes her refraction, stunned, slowed by Venomous Gale as well. No escape for Templar Assassin, can't even meld. Revelation Ward thrown up there preemptively on the last gank to help pick her off. Meanwhile, up to the top lane, Windrunner still pulling and farming this jungle as much as she possibly can. Level 3 there. Versus a level 5 Brewmaster, and of course Bounty Hunter level 4 as well. Bounty Hunter sneaking in whatever farm where he can.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Why isn't the game show up in Dota TV? I don't know. I will talk to the admins about that when I can after this match. If it's not showing up, that is definitely an issue, and we'll try to get that rectified. And again, just pulling some more. Again, the two heroes in mid. Looks like they're just a bit of a Mexican standoff. Unfortunately, NS is not achieving much here. It is still extremely difficult for him to defend Templar Assassin, just because the amount of stun and slow that Chaos Knight and Venomancer bring to him. When you throw a Chen in there as well, it is very difficult to avoid. But here we go. Mania is coming from behind, looking for a gank here on Tidehunter. Although the tower likely to take out the Centaur. Centaur actually does get taken out. Unfortunately for him, Amadeus Mozart, the Tidehunter, just going, you know what, Anchor Smash to the face, I'll get rid of that. And now Mania has made a terrible mistake. Crystal Maiden is here. There's the slow. I like how Crystal Maiden sat in there to make sure she kept vision within that dark spot there. Although in the mid lane looks like another gank. Crystal Maiden left to find the Chen. And unfortunately this could go wrong, although the Mel being used under the tower, as well as the bottle, to heal up Crazy. And Crazy should be able to escape here. Crystal Maiden also finding invisibility rune and then walking right past the Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight having finished up an Urn of Shadows. Templar Assassin willing to bottle up just a little bit more. Crystal Maiden still looking around. She's looking to see if she can pick anybody off. Not really finding anything though at the moment. Look at the last hits though. Right now at the best farm. Although there we go. The Reality Rift being used to drag Templar Assassin back. Unfortunately it dragged her out of range of the Venomous Gale, caused a miss there, and it looks like Templar Assassin will get away with Frostbite. One more hit. Crystal Maiden though going to take the kill there. One more hit there from Chen. It's possibly not going to be enough. No, Crazy will just get away. Again, another counter ward thrown down, and unfortunately that gank there just backfiring. Although at the same time, Absolute Legends, they already are off to a good start. We'll check the gold chart here at the moment. It is dead even almost. That's apparently Come With Me wants a shout to Strumpy, whoever that is. Tidehunter being chased back right now. It seems like he's running mana. Windrunner being shadowed there by Bounty Hunter. He's just going to harass us some more. There's another crit strike from the Janata there. He's actually going to try and run it down. Does he have a nuke up? Only level 2 Shuriken. Pretty stock standard build here. Level 2 and Shuriken, and then he's probably going to max out Janata in this case, just for the slow on a 6-second cooldown. The experience at the moment is probably the most important thing. I heard a Reality Rift didn't actually manage to land there, but it is slightly in favour of the Dire. Not by much though. And we see Sony now in some serious trouble. There's a Crystal Nova, the stun, only 1 second. Power Shot going to go through. They can get a Meld Strike, but it's not quite enough. One more hit, the bottle is enough. The health potion is not quite enough. Templar Assassin picks up the kill. Ravage gets popped. Now we've got Venomancer on the run. Can he get cut off here? Windrunner trying to cut Templar Assassin a path out, or actually no, taking shots as well. And it looks like Templar Assassin will manage to walk away just barely. And Chaos Knight and Crystal Maiden also very low, manages to get back to base. Power Shots being spammed left, right and center. Venomancer dodging that yet again. And somehow, Virtus.Pro, they walk away without any significant casualties there. And while picking off Chaos Knight as well was the main thing, picking up that Chaos Knight is definitely a pretty big deal. Then to keep this guy suppressed as much as possible. There's Reality Rip once again. Can we get a stun down? Mel goes down. She's visible though. She realizes Linnea in some serious trouble. 2 second stun. Couple more hits, or just one more is enough to bring her down. And Linnea really overestimating how tough she was there, and forgetting that there was a counter ward there from an earlier gank. Meanwhile though, Tinker is free farming this bottom lane. Boots of Travel very close. But can they deal with the initiation value? If Brewmaster can get his blink up soon, along with Tidehunter, if he can get his farm happening as well, that is going to become difficult to deal with just because they can get straight in the fight and cause so much damage. We'll check the GPMs in just a moment as well. You look at the Brewmaster, currently 350, doing probably the best right now as it looks like Tinker is the next target. There's a Gush, Anchor Smash, maxed out, Anchor Smash doing a lot of damage. They're not quite actually maxed out. He's trying to go toe-to-toe with Titan. One more hit, he will take him out with a final Anchor Smash there. Actually, NS going to steal that kill. Crystal Maiden getting it there. Chen walks up for a second and then changes his mind immediately, realizing how there's still 2 heroes here. Does not want to get stuck in that bounty. Hunter now teleporting to the bottom. They think they can find a kill here. He's going to bottle up, and they possibly can. Although Windrunner is headed to the bottom lane. She could definitely help things out. The net goes down on Crystal Maiden. Can they cause enough damage? The Power Shot and the Crystal Nova. Crystal Maiden taking yet another kill. Likely to fall, though. A track kill being picked up there by Freezer. Can we get a Power Shot? 1 second away. This could be just enough. 380, 360. No, he will be able to walk away from this. Although he comes out of invis once again. Bounty Hunter going to gun for this. A Shuriken, though. Only level 2. Not nearly enough damage. May have sacrificed his life for nothing here. He does have a bottle charge up his sleeve. And can Windrunner know she has backed off? Not going to go for a power shot there. She did have the it's only level 3, so it probably would have killed him anyway. Venomancer now just doing a ton of aggressive warding. Finds himself a double damage rune. Looks like he's just going to leave it for his teammate. Oh no, he's going to take it. Never mind. Brewmaster now continuing to farm this top lane and push. Let's see, Venomancer has managed to spot up his opponents here with his wards. I don't believe they can see him though. It does look like he was out of line of sight for sure. Templar Assassin now moving in. There's a Reality Rift. Can we get a stun down? Venomous Scale and the stun. 4 seconds. Templar Assassin in a lot of trouble. Power Shot goes through. Templar Assassin. No way she's escaping. The Wildkin Walk Tornado. Just for good measure. Windrunner dies as well. And this is going sour right now for VP. It looks like Come With Me. They're likely to fall as well. The stun gets thrown out for the Earth Panda. Chen pops his heel. Can they help him escape here? The Earth Panda giving chase. But the Fire Panda is being held off at bay. The Wind Panda not going to be able to do enough there. As we see Bounty Hunter gets thrown up in the air. Actually, Come With Me comes back, pops down his magic wand, trying to keep himself alive here. Looking for a kill, doesn't find anything though, and they will have to settle for 2-for-1 trade. As it looks like Tinker was picked off there by Tidehunter, having to blow his Ravage once again to get the kill. Right now though, I think VP, even though this is looking a little bit sketchy for them, at the same time, we've got to remember they have plenty of teamfight potential, and we've got Tidehunter. If he can get a Blink Dagger, it looks like he might just actually be going for an early pipe. But if we get some good initiation for either Brewmaster or the Tidehunter, things could start looking a lot different in the next 10 minutes, just because right now, AL do not have a lot of, in fact, any real decent initiation. Basically, they are completely reliant on Reality Rift to set up a fight. And unlike a Wisp Chaos Knight combo, they don't have that instantaneous stun to follow up with from the Reality Rift, nor do they have the ability to make him ridiculously tanky. Now it looks like they're going to try and take down the Brewmaster. Brewmaster is going to fall quickly. He doesn't have his ultimate to try and save himself. Laser will finish him off. He was going for a Thunderclap, but the pure damage was just too strong. Tinker opted to max out both the laser and the rockets. Now the game continues in mid though. Crystal Maiden likely to die. Frostbite goes down. Erm will finish her off. Looks like Tidehunter though looking for a kill. Templar Assassin take the last hit there on Chen, and they will possibly rotate to push mid tower, which is completely unscathed at this point in time. See, Brewmaster, his GPM is falling just a little bit. Tinker is definitely getting ahead now, catching up quite a bit. Chaos Knight doing too bad for himself at all. It is only 280, but then again, it's only 12.5 minutes in. Glyph being popped by the Radiant. Looks like the Radiant are going to counter push on top. Yellow is pointing top, though the Brewmaster is back. He's just going to try and chase off Bounty Hunter, who has picked up the phase boots, and when you combine them with track, it makes him very, very difficult to run down. Emperor Assassin, though, finding herself a regeneration rune. So you see Titanhunter already with his arcanes. This is going to help him out quite a bit, just because without Arcane, unfortunately, Titanhunter has some serious issues with his Menopause. It's pretty much the most go-to item on him, for sure, just because otherwise, without it, he's completely useless. Templar Assassin, though. Question is, does she realize Bounty Hunter is there? I don't think she does. She's just being cautious. For the sake of being cautious, track gets thrown out on Templar Assassin. Now she will back up indeed. You're throwing down a couple of traps there, and this is not a bad idea at all. The push is on bottom. Looks like Chaos Knight is being ganked here. Shackle doesn't latch. Looks like Tinker's coming in for the save. Laser gets thrown in there. Can we see a power shot from Windrunner? She's got it off cooldown. Can she throw it through there? Fires it through. Gets a kill. Fantastic play there from Chaos. Ravage gets popped. Cancel support there on Bounty Hunter, and we already see Tinker getting taken out as well. Crystal Maiden, though, gets taken out. That's a track kill for Bounty Hunter. Tidehunter is in a bit of a pickle here. He does not have enough mana, even with the magic stick. He's like, oh, he does. He looks like he will get away. Not quite. Shem was about to go for the nuke, didn't quite get it off. We saw the animation there, but he walked away in the end. Actually, no, wait a minute, he didn't. Test of Faith was on cooldown. That's actually the new animation there. That's the new spell icon. That's why Mania misclicked his spell. This is the teleport home one. The other one's the damage one. See, Shen, unfortunately, Thunderclap misses, getting blocked by his own illusions for a short while, though the net gets thrown to the wrong creep. In the end, looks like Tinker is going to port in here, possibly. Tinker is going to port in here, and Bounty Hunter coming in for the Janna strike. His counter war gets thrown in the spot of Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter, though, chooses not to continue chasing, which is fair enough. He would be completely on Reality Rift in the mid lane. There's the Venomous Gale as well. TA getting hammered on here. Ultimate being popped by Venomancer as well. Looks like TA is going to die. No chance for her to escape at all. And they get a track on her as well to boot. Plenty of extra money. Still only level 1 on the track though. Bounty Hunter really wants that level of extra. Crystal Maiden picks up yet another kill. See here, NS. Killing Machine 5, 4, and 6. He's in all of these fights, left, right, and center. Never a boring moment for him. We see here though the GPM on Brewmaster though gradually dropping. It's down to 320 now. Bounty Hunter gradually catching up. It just comes down to the fact that he's been farming solidly. Plus, of course, he's starting getting some track kills here and there, and it really starts to add up. Bounty Hunter's only on 37 CS, and he's already catching up to Brewmaster at the moment. He's currently sitting on 83 and 18.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Crazy now continuing to farm. Unfortunately, looks like he's possibly about to get ganked again. Freeze is thinking about going for his drums at the moment. In fact, he's almost got enough for them. And they're going to gun for it, but looks like he's going to be reliant on Tinker's burst damage. Unfortunately, Refraction will allow him to bounce most of that. They know Refraction is on him now. And there's what I mean. The laser doing absolutely nothing, in fact, except blinding TA. The kill goes down anyway, though. 3v1 was enough to deal with her. As Bounty Hunter does take a lot of damage in the process, though. Chen popping his Hand of God. Meanwhile, there is a bit of a gank upon him. Shackle lands, doesn't latch, though. Sony on the run, gets hit there by a gush. The Pandas are still on the warpath, chasing after Chaos Knight. Can he escape? The 4-second stun gets thrown down, but unfortunately, he gets stunned there by the Earth Panda, and Chaos Knight is taken down in retaliation, along with the Chen. In fact, they're going to go so far as to clean up Chen's creep as well, just because they can. Why not?
Top tower has fallen.
It's worth money and really annoys Chen, makes him waste a lot of extra time replenishing those creep. And they are going for a tier 2 tower as well on the bottom lane. So it looks like the Radiant possibly considering a counter push as well at the same moment on their tier 2 tower up top. And Rockets, of course, one of the most annoying things to try and push against. Tinker now just spamming non-stop, teleporting home as well. Tier 2 tower falling though without much contest at all. Bounty Hunter now coming back to the mid lane, looking for trouble. Not really finding it though. March Machine's now starting to get leveled by Tinker. See Virtus.Pro though, wandering about, looking to see if they can cause any kind of damage. At the moment, it doesn't really look like there's a lot they can do. As that said, Brewmaster does have to blink. This makes him quite scary indeed. He can set up these fights with a big Thunderclap AoE slow. Crystal Maiden getting spotted up by a track there. Can they pick her off? Nice and quickly. One hand out a lot of extra money indeed. Of course, the negative armor also helps as well. But you see that the Rockets getting spammed and spammed and spammed. Brewmaster starting to fall fairly low. Even with the with the heal being popped there. Looks like that stun goes down 3 seconds there on the Brewmaster. It looks like he should be able to survive long enough there. There's the Ravage to set this fight up. And the Brewmaster causing some serious trouble as Templar Assassin pops a haste. Taking out 2 heroes there. Looks like she's going to go for another one as well. There's a double kill for Templar Assassin. And a Shackle shot managed to land power shot as well. Dust gets popped on Bounty Hunter. The tower gets taken out. On top of that, Tinker denying that tower. Bounty Hunter goes down. Not a good result for Absolute Legends. Is all Virtus.Pro coming back nice and strong. The slow gets popped down on Venomancer. Venomancer about to really hate his life. The slow gets thrown. He misses though. Or he doesn't actually. Templar Assassin gets hit by it, but just doesn't care because she's got a haste. Never mind. That's why she was so damn speedy. Tinker now popping his marching machines. Can the rockets hit? He went for the rearm but finds nothing. Doesn't have the mana for the rockets. She has them now. And the dust gets popped and Templar Assassin with a 4-second stun. Rockets will finish her.
Ooh, they never miss.
Templar Assassin, nice attempt, but gets killed in the end. Dust arriving just in time. See, Brewmaster has already burned 3 charges on his drums. That's what I mean about aggressive play. Windrunner now looks like she's working towards her 4-staff. Was Tidehunter went with the mech. It's an interesting choice indeed. Don't see it all out, but definitely still very good on him. See Brewmaster just making sure he doesn't hang out much, but she's so painful. Jumps in there with a thunderclap, but can't really interrupt VVV. Even if he popped his ultimate, it would be really definitely too slow. Decides not to waste it, which is fair enough.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Tidehunter picks up a gem as well. He's looking to do some early counter warding. He just removed map control from the Radiant side. We go to see the blink in with a Shackle power shot as well. Goes for the ultimate just to make sure he can't escape. Windrunner copping critical damage. See the Pandas is working on the tower because they can.
Radiant's top tower is under
Now he's got some support as well. Should be a fairly easy tower kill. Meanwhile, in the mid, NS is sort of debating what to do. Unfortunately, he's sitting in a rather bad location. If he gets caught out there, he will get jumped and taken out very, very quickly. Especially without any vision towards the Radiant Ancients.
I am in your debt.
Tidehunter appears to possibly be building a headdress and an idol next. A Pipe of Insight, is what I meant to say. Windrunner though, very, very close to finishing up with 4-staff because 4-staff a little bit more expensive from the recipe now as well. As it looks like Virtus.Pro are going to say, you know what, we're on the dial, let's go for an early Roshan, which is definitely possible. Meld is going to help things out a lot, as well as that DD, of course. See Roshan losing a lot of armor there. No way you can stand up to this at all. See, Templar Assassin though gets the Aegis, and this is going to be quite painful just because she's already annoying to try and pick up, and it looks like Templar Assassin will be going with the Mana Style, and I've been told specifically that they often go in the Mana Style just to help deal with debuffs. And of course in this particular matchup, they don't have to worry too much about constant sources of stuns and nukes because, well, they're going to have that regardless one way or the other, so it's not going to be as useful to go down, especially with the range. Especially with the range on the rockets, early blink's not going to help that much, whereas getting the early mantra is going to allow him to debuff the dust as well as get rid of all the DOTs from the Venomancer. It looks like they're going to try and pick up Bounty Hunter though. Bounty Hunter though using the track as well as unfortunately getting cut off there by Tidehunter, but the track of the Fates was allowing him to flee extremely quickly from Windrunner. And now we're just going to have Brewmaster continually push down that lane. Looks like can they get the Tinker? Tinker though being healed up by the Urn. Very nicely done. Templar Assassin gets taken out and the dust gets popped and wasted there. And immediately there we go, Ravage gets popped out. A second dust though. Templar Assassin now going to try and run. Gets hit there by the Reality Rift trying to drag her back into position. Can she take someone with her? Yes she can. They get the kill there on Venomancer. Power Shot goes through as well. Crystal Maiden's dead, but it's a 4-for-1 trade. That is definitely a very, very good trade there for the Dire side, for Virtus.Pro. Unfortunately, everybody just remember it, just not really thinking about where they were and getting way too close to Templar Assassin. They could have killed her quite easily, just standing off at range with the dust. See the push in there, Gush now on Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter's some serious trouble to there. They've got a gem there which is spotting him up. Brewmaster even going for the ultimate, somewhat unnecessary. You see a nice save there. Chen actually managing to sneak that one in, I believe. Nice save, although Venomancer is the next to fall, unfortunately. The port back in from Pink. Purple, rather. Bounty Hunter is back in the mix. Chen now getting whirlwinded as it looks like the fight's continuing. Chris remain popular up because she can. They're doing a lot of damage to Sony, though. Sony likely to fall. Sony is down. Chaos Knight gets picked up. They still haven't taken out any Dire Heroes in return. Marching Machine's going down now. Gush gets thrown down on Bounty Hunter. Can he get away? Gets slowed there, but Chen will be sending him home. Even with the urn, it's not enough to take him out. Unfortunately for the Dire team, they do have this mech, which is really working wonders for them.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Templar Assassin with a very weird build. The last time I saw an Ogre Club and a Yasha, it actually turned into an S and Y. I'm kind of hoping we don't see the S and Y in this match. I would much rather see the Manta style. Unless you just got the Manta and then decide, you know what, I want to get a BKB. That happens sometimes as well. They just get the Yasha as a very cheap, cost-effective item, just mostly for the mobility in fights. See Titan though continuing to farm away. It's possible gank here in the jungle. Look at that Mel with a DD. Can he get this kill here? Looks like he should be able to. The slows are not enough to deal with Templar Assassin at all. Rocket spam being enacted though. You see Crystalmane trying to hide. And it looks like he will be able to get away. They don't quite manage to see him at all. And then get spotted up just now. Not realizing Bounty Hunter is there on his case. So I hear a thunderclap somewhere. Brewmaster is fighting. Looks like he is going toe-to-toe here. 4 seconds done. Chen now trying to run and hide. DD though still on this Templar Assassin. She is cleaving through Chen. Chen is down. Hand of God is completely ineffective. As it looks like Windrunner also getting taken out there, but there's another kill. Bounty Hunter goes down as well. Unfortunately, Brewmaster very, very low, but Sony gets hit by the Frostbite, and Crystal Maiden will take yet another kill. NS is just killing fools left, right, and center. He cannot be stopped. He can actually. He's been shattered a few times, but at the same time, he is just taking a lot of names and kicking ass. He's 7, 5, and 9. He's not afraid to trade for kills, not at all. Meanwhile, Tinker, on the other hand, is still farming and farming and farming. 3, 6, and 4.
Thanks.
NS now still with Dust on him to help deal with the Bounty Hunter. Of course, Bounty Hunter's been getting shut down fairly hard as well. He looks like he's going for a BKB first, which is pretty stock standard. Has picked up an Ogre Club. See, Vigos says still farming away, going to teleport back. Just do his usual shenanigans around. There we go. The ultimate being popped there by Venomancer, but it's not nearly enough. More of a panic buttons. Just pop it just because he says, you know what, I'm going to die anyway. Screw it. Just hoping that somebody else could clean up, but nobody was even close. Remember, this is only game 1 in a best of 3 series, so no matter how dire this game looks, there's still more to come. 10k gold deficits. I hear the blink in and the pop from the slow. Thunderclap doing so much to Sony. Sony gets stunned by the rock. There we go. Thrown up in the air, but Chen will save him.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Again, another March Machine's going to go in there. Can it do anything? Do a little bit of damage. But there we go. See, they're going to start spamming this to make it hard to come up the hill and just to clear the creep waves really quickly. But meanwhile, it looks like they're going to take out Tinker. A perfect pick off there. It's exactly what the Ravage goes down, hits 3 heroes. Fantastic play there from Titan Hunter. They get the Venomancer as well. What a shackle from Winnow, pinning down the Bounty Hunter as well. Frostbite on Mania, and that is gotta be a Rax. GG calls Absolute Legends. Virtus.Pro, just too pro, too strong. And it was looking a little hairy for a moment, but they really came back strong. The ganks there from Absolute Legends were not able to keep up, not in the slightest.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Virtus.Pro proving exactly how strong in terms of coordination they are. And guys, this has been Triumph of Man casting the Premier League Season 3. Now, I hope you've enjoyed. This has been an interesting match. We've got at least one more match coming up next. Also, do remember that I do live interviews with a member of the winning team after the match. So if you've got any questions you want to ask, make sure you pop them in the chat when I start the interview up after the second or third match, depending which one's the last one. And also, I will be giving away beta keys today. There will be 2 keys given away. One is for a follower on Facebook, so I'll show you how to get on the Facebook, the Premier League Facebook, a little bit in a second after this match. Also, the other one will be given away to a follower in the stream, so make sure you follow both the Facebook as well as the stream if you want a shot at getting your hands on another Dota 2 beta key. Whether you give to your mates or to try and fork it out for something on the shops, whatever you decide to try and do with it. can be yours. But this, of course, was Game 1, Absolute Legends versus Virtus.Pro in the Premier League Season 3. Virtus.Pro, though, in the end, sealing this one out nice and easy. But guys, stay tuned. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Players take a short break, and then we'll get rolling as soon as possible.